What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Rebels with a Cause. You know what time it is, baby. It's Wednesday night. It's time for that cause because that cause don't stop when the clock hits zero. We have got a great show for you tonight, and you know what? I could never be as good as the legend himself, the great, the late, great John Ward, but I'm going to try my best because even though it's not officially we've had a game, damn it, we're practicing. We got media days. So 7-on-7, I'm going to say it anyway. It's football time in Tennessee. And I hope to God that everybody is excited as I am. I mean, damn, has it been a long time since we've, had the college football playoff, the high school state championships, even that Super Bowl, And like I said, I've got a fun panel tonight. You know some of the guys. And next week, I have a new guest panelist that's going to be. We're hoping the stars align that he can be on. I was going to have another guest come on tonight. Something came up, but we'll get him on eventually too because I know he loves to talk some football. He's been a guest on the show before, but I asked him about being a panelist, and unfortunately, he's got some cleanup going on at the house, so he just wouldn't know where he could actually do the show from without being bothered. But once he gets that squared away, we'll get him on here as I promised. But lots to dive into, guys. It's just so exciting. We had the 4th of July, the fireworks, and we had to get through that dead period, and now you're seeing some 7-on-7 with the high schools. SEC media days are going on. The fall camps are about to start. Rookies reporting to training camp and some not reporting to training camp. We'll talk about that too. So we're going to talk football, and we want that chat box hopping tonight, baby. What do you want to talk about? You want to focus on the high school? We'll talk high school. You want to talk about the college? We'll talk about the college. You want to talk about pro? We'll talk pro. But we're going to cover it all here. We're also going to cover some WWE. The Goldberg match. I mean, the Seth Rollins injury. Then we've got to talk about this pay per view or this live event that was public. The PLE, as they like to call it. Also, if you all want to talk some summer league, some impressive performances. I saw Meshack had a pretty big game last night for the Grizzlies and so forth. So it's looking like he'll probably make a roster. But yeah, a lot of some performances by some of the picks. Some people being held out because of injuries. And I mean, it's summer league. It's just kind of a tease. And again, you just want to see if everybody's in shape more than anything, but why risk it, especially when the NBA season will be here before you know it. So if you want to talk about that, covered. We do, and so forth. But first and foremost, gotta just get some housekeeping business out of the way. Join that chat box live. Please point out when we've inaccurately said something in air, or as well as voice your opinions. This is as much as your show as it is ours, because everybody's got that cause, baby. So definitely join us live. And whether you want to jump on as a panelist or just stay incognito in the chat box, we'd love to hear from you. So definitely don't be shy. Honestly, got to give some love also to my gal, Miss Kim Castle. King's Chamber just celebrated 1 year being open on Washington Pike. She got me in, did my hair, took care of me. She'll take care of you as well. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, you have got to give her a call at that number, that 865-236-5550. It was like me fighting to get in there. Couldn't even barely get a parking spot. But she found a way to get me in. So definitely book with her. I believe they're closed Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday through Sunday, book your spot. You will get the royal treatment when you go there. Let them know that Rebels with a Cause sent you. Maybe she get you a little discount there, but I will tell you this, it is worth its penny in gold. The services that she offers, the haircuts, the beard trims, the pedicures, the manicures, um, the waxes, also get you a couple beverages there from the refrigerator, whether you like alcohol or not. It is a wonderful experience there at the chamber. You get the royal treatment, being treated like the king you deserve to be. And she's going to be having a new stylist join her that can actually do some braids and some other things too here very shortly. So definitely give her a call. Check them out, King's Chamber. Let them know Rebels with a Cause sent you. Also, got to give some love to Razor Shop Barbershop. Also, go see Josh Fink or Corey. They will get you taken care of one way or the other. Let them know that Rebels with a Cause and Two Pair Tate sent you over to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate getting even more business and new customers if you're kind of looking for a different type of place to go. Also, got to give some love to the Big Fact Sports Network. Follow them at 332 Studios, doing a lot of special things. And I know that they're going to be really hype coming up on the football season coming up. So a lot of exciting things and a lot of things going on there. So definitely, if you haven't liked and subscribed to them yet, they're a brother to this show. So definitely give them some love if you've not liked and subscribed them on their YouTube channel. So definitely go hit them up. But that being said, guys, let's talk some football tonight. High school, college, pro. What's your prediction? Be great. Who's going to suck? Let's talk about it. Who's going to win some trophies? Who's going to win some individual awards? Who's going to just basically just be flat on their face, egg crap? I mean, let's just call it what it is. We have those teams for a reason because it gives us something to talk about. But we also talk about the dynasties, the players, as we like to call them, the champions, the reigning champions. And remember, as I have a message for some of those teams, congratulations on that trophy, but that was so last year. Now you are the hunted. And for some teams that maybe feel they let one slip, there might be a little bit of getting that eye of the tiger back and proving some people wrong. So, see what you got to say about it. But here's the thing, talk is cheap. It's what's done on the field in between that 100 yards for 60 minutes or for, in terms of high school football, 48 minutes. So that being said, talk is cheap. It's time to lace them up. And everything that you've done, all that preparation and the work off season, you're going to find out real quick if it was enough or you did way more. Because the guy on the other side is probably doing just as much, if not more. And that should motivate you to never take a day off. So, but that being said, let's get our panelists on here. Let's get this discussion rolling tonight. Again, if you are watching this live or recorded, please hit that like and subscribe button. Share it with everybody. I would love to have 100 subscribers by the start of football season. So let's get this thing rocking and rolling. First and foremost, you know him as the coach. He is a co-host of Rebels with a Cause. I know he's been busy, dead tired, working, being a father, coaching now. I mean, it is just one thing after the other. And I'm just so glad that he's still a part of this show. Happy for him that life is kind of turning around for him as well, like it has for me. And I just want you to give him that love, welcome that you always do for all our Rebels with a Cause hosts and panelists. Let's bring him on. The stats guy, the coach himself, Mr. Shane O'Mac, Shane McGee. How you doing, baby?
Tired.
I can hear it in your voice.
Wake up at 5, go to work, get home. I don't get back to the house until I rush straight from work, straight to practice. Drop my kid off, depending on what night it is, and then get to the house. So it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock before I walk in the door.
I mean, guys, like a 14-hour day, pretty much. I mean, that's exactly.
I leave the house at 6 a.m. and don't come back till 8:30.
Wow. That is definitely like a 14-hour day right there for sure. So shoot. But let me tell you something, man. It's all for the love. Honestly, we got to make sacrifices. And again, we do a lot of this stuff. This show, it's always just about having a good time, the camaraderie, the brotherhood, and talking about something that we enjoy, which is sports, but now specifically football. So I can't wait to hear some of your takes of what you want to talk about tonight. Got to bring on another panelist tonight. He's been a staple on the show the last few weeks, and we're glad to have him back on again. And he's got a lot to talk about in regards to the SEC Media Days because he's been following it a lot closer than me, and I'm really excited for him to bring that up and talk about that. Let me just tell you this. You know this guy as Big Game Kerry. Because back in the day, you knew it was a big game if he was the SRO at that event, making sure everybody was safe, enjoying themselves. And he just didn't show up for just any game. It was the game that was going on in those respective sports. So give him the love and respect he deserves. And a big shout out, the one, the only Big Game Kerry Reeves. How you doing, sir?
How's everybody tonight?
Oh, we're doing great, man. I see you. I see you've upgraded now that you are like a fixture on this show. You got the headset rocking.
Gotta keep my game going. Gotta keep the game going.
I love it.
Excited about football season. It's been a fun week so far. Checking out the media days and listening to the SEC coaches talking. It's been really good conversation. Listening to the playoff discussion, how they feel about what they want the format to be. I've checked out the Big Ten. They started up today, and I wanted to check out and see when some of the big names in their conference is talking. So it's going to be very interesting the next few days. We had the heavyweights yesterday with the 3 playoff teams for the SEC. We had Texas, Georgia, and Tennessee yesterday, and they all had really good conversation. And Auburn was a terrific conversation piece too, with Hugh Freeze being under some pressure this year. There's some rumors going on that involves around at Auburn job, especially around a certain 74-year-old coach that's in television right now. It's the rumor that he may come back to college football.
Let me just tell you this. I'll even entertain this for a moment. That's like too. Coach Mike Krzyzewski going to North Carolina if Carolina fires Hubert after this year. I mean, honestly, like, I just cannot see it. I mean,
I don't know if Miss Terry's going to let him go back.
I don't think she will either. I think she'll.
Do they tear down that statue that they've put out there for him? I mean,
they'll add more birds. Hey, Auburn, they tore down trees at Auburn. One guy poisoned the trees. So anything is liable to happen if this were to actually have any legs to it. I don't think it has any legs to it. I think it's just great talking point. But I think I'm like Shane. I don't think Miss Terry will allow him to get back into coaching.
No.
I just don't see it.
Go ahead, Shane.
Somebody was saying the other day, it's like they went and visited him at his house. I was like, he ain't leaving.
Why would you? Why would you? I mean, he gets to go to the best game. He's a fixture on game day now, and Corso's finishing up, which is, props to Lee Corso. And I am going to shed a tear that morning,
I am too.
By the way. I am. I really am going to shed a tear that morning. Finishes up there in Columbus. I mean, what a slate of games that weekend, Yes. I mean, you've got the Texas-Ohio State game. You've got Tennessee and Syracuse. You've got
LSU and Clemson.
Yes, LSU and Clemson.
We'll find out who the real Death Valley is because it's at Clemson.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
that's going to be a rocket buster.
Yeah, and then Sunday, you've got a great matchup with old school Catholics versus convicts, Miami versus Notre Dame in Hard Rock Stadium. So that's going to be it's going to be a fun weekend of football, honestly.
And then Friday night, you got Auburn and Baylor.
Oh, wow.
SEC versus Big 12.
Right
at
away.
Baylor, at Houston, at Reliant Stadium. That's going to be a big deal.
Well, and you want to know something? You mentioned the Hugh Freeze. A lot of people feel Baylor's coach is on the hot seat. He was the hot commodity at LSU, defensive coordinator. Took Baylor on a very successful first year, but they have not been anything since that. Now he's gotten his players in there and they're not living up to the hype. It's almost like he won with the previous coaching staff's players and hasn't done shit since. And again, that just shows some guys are meant to be just coordinators, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
And then there's some guys that are the man. You know what I mean?
That are meant to be coaches, head coaches.
So that might be a game right there to keep an eye on. Of who? Listen, to start a college football season, Shane, 0-1, that's devastating. This isn't college basketball. This is like you've got to be almost flawless. Now, Kerry, I know that the SEC and of course the Big Ten have really been vocal about the playoff spots and who gets buys and who doesn't. And yes, the competition is going to be more fierce in those is. And again, there's probably going to be a longer leash compared to maybe a team in the Big 12 or the ACC or one of those group of fives. But Shane, I ask you this. At this point, where do you set the standard, though? Because, I mean, I just can't. I mean, listen, if you let an 8-4 SEC team in, they still lost 4 games. And who were the 4 to? I mean, again, it's going to be a battle every week. But if it's not one of the top 3 or top 4, depending on how the schedule fell for you that year, I mean, where do we draw the line? Because I still think that a team that does go 11-1 in a certain conference should get put in there. But again, are they going to get their ass spanked like what we saw when the SMUs went against the big boys?
I think it should be automatic qualifiers in your first 4. But everything else after that literally just needs to be top 12.
And that's how the SEC. That's what their position is. They figured the 5 conference champions and 11 at large. The Big Ten wants 4 conference champions, and they want 3 play-in games. They want to be guaranteed 3 seats at the table with play-in games for their conference.
So if I'm understanding
very
that,
interesting.
would that be like played? Because remember, they do give those teams a couple of weeks off between the end of the regular season and the playoff. Like, would they try to squeeze another game in there? Like, it's almost like a NCAA tournament bid.
Does that turn into conference championship week?
Yeah, they will be counting conference championships.
Say you're the team that loses the conference championship, and you become a 1 or 2 loss team that knocks you from like 5 to 10. You still should earn the right to be in.
Yeah, you should still earn the right. I agree.
I agree with that.
The way they did last year was just like, man, we saw some curb stoppings.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was an opening round.
They're trying to get better matchups, and they want to set up the 16 model. They have till the end of September to decide if next year is going to be 16 or they're going to stay at 12 for this year and next year, and then go to 16 in 2 years down the road. So I believe that will pass the 16 teams, because I think they want 16 teams. Nobody gets a bye. You got home games for the higher seeds.
Yeah.
And then you use the bowl. Then you use the New Year's 6 bowls to figure everything else out afterwards.
And then one spot, and then one big city, one big stadium for the championship.
For the championship
on the 20th. Okay.
I still think Tennessee got screwed out of a home game.
Oh, man.
If they use the formula that they're going to use this year, had they used it last year, Tennessee's a 6 seed, and they would have hosted Indiana.
Which is what it should have been.
Which is what it should have been. And a lot of people went through the matchups because Oregon got screwed. Oregon had no business playing the winner of Tennessee and Ohio State being the number 1 overall seeded team. They had no business being seeded. They had no business getting that matchup. 8-9 matchup is usually 2 teams that are right in the middle that are even with each other. Tennessee and Ohio State, game proved they were not even with each other.
No. And realistically, Oregon had to face Ohio State for the second time. And Ohio State had figured out their shit. They knew how to beat them and so forth like that.
They figured out the perfect time right before us.
And tomorrow will be when the predictions come out tomorrow afternoon, when the SEC writers make their famous predictions. And I want people to keep this in mind. 18 straight years, they have not picked the champion.
So they've been wrong for 18 straight years?
For 18 straight years, which means Texas will probably be the pick this year, and they probably won't win it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this. What's going to be really interesting, we talk about the 0-1 and everything like that. To start off with such colossal matchups that first weekend, and in particular, you've got Archie Manning starting a big game on the road in the shoe against Ohio State. I mean, the defending champions. And I know Ohio State's breaking in a new quarterback, but I will say this. He has the luxury of being at home, and he has got an outstanding young wide receiver who was the talk of the playoffs there last year,
And right now, he's number 2 in the Heisman vote. They think
exactly.
And Arch is number 1, but he's number 2. The one thing I look at that matchup, if you're an NFL scout, that's the game you need to go see, because you know how much NFL talent will be on that field the first game of the season. That's an awful lot of first-round
draft. You're probably looking at about 15 draft picks between
easily.
Yeah, easily. Well, and I'm just going to say this. What time is that game? Because I know that Tennessee-Syracuse kicks off everything at noon in Atlanta for the Chick-fil-A, right?
I think it's either noon or 3:30. I would like to see them push that game to 3:30 so you can get the Tennessee-Syracuse game.
Wow.
Because they're playing at noon.
Wow. Wow.
They're playing at noon.
And you see, I bet because it's Ohio State that Fox has that
Yep,
game.
Fox has that game.
And you see ESPN, ABC countered with the SEC versus the ACC, which they have the rights to, that's what that matchup is. It's Syracuse from the ACC taking on Tennessee from the SEC in Atlanta. And let's face it, there's going to be orange in the stands, but there's going to be a lot of Tennessee orange in that. That's
as of right now, the Texas Ohio State game is the 12 o'clock kickoff.
And that Labor Day weekend, they're talking. That's going to be Labor Day weekend. The LSU Clemson game is Sunday night. That's the only game on the docket for Sunday. The whole country gets to see LSU versus Clemson.
I thought that it was Miami Notre Dame Sunday night. I thought LSU Clemson was Saturday.
I think they switched them. I think they flip flopped them.
Okay, we need to check that out.
They may have flip flopped them, but that's what I heard today. That they're Sunday night. They may be Sunday afternoon.
Well, I know that
game.
Right now, there's no way for 7:30 kickoff on ABC for Notre Dame and Miami on Sunday.
That's going to be wild.
Yeah, on Sunday night, or which one was that?
On Sunday night.
Okay, so Miami Notre Dame is 7:30 night. That's what they're saying, Shane. Okay, because he's looking it up.
Okay, look it up.
And they've got LSU Clemson Saturday at 7:30.
Wow.
Ooh, so that's going to be the ABC big time primetime game
that's
Saturday night. Wow.
Now, you want to talk about Rocket Buster 2 games, Catholics versus Convicts? That goes back. One of the best games I ever saw was 1989, the game with Miami and Notre Dame.
Yeah.
88, when Cleveland Gary should have scored a touchdown, and it wasn't a touchdown. And Notre Dame won a national championship because of that one botched play.
Yep, and Miami could have had 3 in a row that year because they won it in 89 the next year and they had won it in 87 the year before. So that was like one loss in like 3 years.
In 3 years.
And that was the transition from Jimmy Johnson to Dennis Erickson because Jimmy took the Cowboys job. So yeah, I mean, you know what's crazy is it's so exciting to talk about that college football weekend, you know, because it's what we really want to get into and so forth. And you talk about these SEC media days. So hey, look at this, Larry Frank. What's up, family? Couldn't be on here. What's up, LFJ? So hey. Listen, next week, if you can be on, we'd love to have you. This football talk is going to keep going, and we're going to talk wrestling. So if you can stay on the chat box, we would love to hear from you about that and so forth, honestly, because we got some opinions about the Oldberg match and the Seth Rollins injury, and we'll talk about that later. Right now, we're talking some football, but thank you so much, my friend, for being on and supporting. Let's get that chat box going. Shane, what I wanted to ask you, going to these SEC media days that Kerry's talking about with, these different coaches that could be on the hot seat, teams that are really wanting to prove themselves. I'll give you a coach right now that I think is on the that's on a hot seat himself. Brett Venables of Oklahoma. Okay. So again, another coordinator that came in with a history with the program, did some great things at Clemson, then becomes the head guy. But, right now, things aren't looking so great in Oklahoma. They've even had some of their players go to other programs. And if they would have kept those players, maybe it's a different story. But again, what teams intrigue you, or what teams do you think are just going to be flat out just overrated at this point? And we can start with the SEC at this point. So for what you think.
I know Florida will be overrated.
Yeah.
Hot seat wise, I'd say Sam Pittman's probably on his way out.
Yep.
It's another guy.
Napier down in Florida too, because this is all setting up for him to end up being gone.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be gone last year.
I thought he was too.
I didn't think he'd be at the Tennessee game last year.
I honestly think that it's crazy to think about how he survived all that. I really thought after the Miami game last year, he was done. And here's the thing. They play again this year, and the game is at Miami. It's, I think, the third or fourth game on Miami's schedule.
I think it's the third game. I think it's the third game.
And it's in Miami this time because Miami beat them in the swamp. If Miami pounds them again for the second straight year or what have you, Florida's got to get rid of him at this point. I mean, they can't lose to an in-state rival like that, especially if it's a lopsided score. Three of
Florida's last 4 games: Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida State. And that Florida State game, Norvell's a bit on the hot seat there too. That could be the loser of that game could be gone
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
easily.
Yeah. Well, and
It's
then you
the last 5 games between Georgia and down to Florida State. So
Yeah. Larry's got the first 4 from
Okay.
Miami: Notre Dame, Bethune-Cookman, South Florida, then Florida, and then they get into their ACC stuff. And then here's the crazy thing: I think that Miami's got like either a week off, but after the Florida game, they play Florida State. I've never seen them play those two
That
teams
early,
so early
back to back.
in the
Yeah.
year, back to back like that. So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting of how
Yeah.
that plays out. And then what? Alabama and Florida State play also that first weekend of football, right? I mean, nobody's
Yep.
really talking
they
about
do.
that game, but it's the name matchup more than anything. I mean, Alabama against Florida State, and what's his name is
I
talking a
think
lot
that
of
game's
trash.
a neutral
Colangelo.
site, but then they get Wisconsin that comes to Alabama.
Yeah,
Wisconsin's got to come to Alabama this year. That should be very interesting too. Big Ten team coming to SEC country.
absolutely.
That's- And they talked a lot about Caden DeBoer today. It's hard to replace a legend. Another 9-3 season, which would be great for any other coach for Alabama. Another 9-3 season, and people are going to sit there and go, we might try to find somebody better.
They might be calling him Mike Shula. I mean, I hate to say that. They might be calling him Mike Shula because that's who was there before Saban. So
No,
yeah.
they might be calling Lane
the
Kiffin.
next coach there at some point.
Yep.
Yep. Well, and then here's the other thing too. Larry's got a great thought there. Hot seat coaches: Venables, Norvell, Riley. Yep, at USC. Can't dismiss him.
Can't dismiss him.
I'll tell you this: Kelly at LSU is on the hot seat. He's
Yes,
got a
he
great
is.
recruiting class right now. What I'd be very curious is, do this recruits stick because of the NIL deal? And is there a chance that Saban goes back to LSU? I know that maybe it's the wrong Tigers we're talking
That's
about
true.
because he could go back to LSU and kind of finish where he started. And a lot of people wonder if he had never taken the Dolphins job. Just think LSU could have been that dynasty down there. They really
Yep.
could have. So
There's
I
that.
still think he comes back. I think he enjoys retirement.
I think he enjoys retirement too.
Yeah, I listen. He enjoys whatever he wants to do. He can go every week to the best game, cover it for game
Yep.
day from now on. I mean, I wouldn't. You don't need the money. He's getting paid a bunch by ESPN. So I mean, shoot, yeah.
Hey, here's another what if. We're talking about Saban. If Drew Brees doesn't fail his physical and signs with the Miami Dolphins when Saban's the coach, Saban never goes to Alabama.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
Never
Yeah.
goes to Alabama, and Alabama is not Alabama.
Yep. No, that's true. And the Dolphins probably have a lot of success with Drew Brees as opposed to going with Dante Culpepper. I mean, that whole thing,
Yep.
it's the curse of Don Shula down there. So,
Drew
yeah.
Brees fails the physical, goes to New Orleans, and becomes a hero.
Yep, exactly. Saban isn't coming back to LSU.
Hates the transfer portal.
He hates NIL and the transfer portal. You're right,
He's
Larry.
been very
he does.
vocal. He's been
Yep.
very vocal about that.
I think a lot of the old school coaches, and this goes for college basketball as well, I think have voiced that too. Like
Yes.
the Roy Williams, the Krzyzewskis, all the Boeheim, all those guys in college. Saban's like that in college football as well.
And they're all retired too.
They are, and they don't have anything else to prove. They all got rings. They don't need the money. I mean, but yeah,
We all know Saban hates the NIL because he can't give away Chargers and
you can actually compete with these other programs, so you're
Exactly.
absolutely right. So, well, so let me ask you this. So I don't know if you heard Kerry's take, but something interesting. The SEC media has been wrong 18 years in a row with who they've picked as their champion. So it's going to be very interesting of who they decide tomorrow. And, it's almost like a curse if they pick you, what I mean, or pick you very high. So that's going to be interesting to see. Let me ask you this, because I know a lot of the people that do watch this show have an allegiance towards Tennessee. Either they went there or they're a fan there. Obviously, they live here in Knoxville. What are the expectations for Tennessee, especially with such a big question mark at the quarterback position, plus another tough schedule? What's the thoughts on how Tennessee's going to do this year? What have the magazines and the pundits thought about what realistic record could Tennessee do this year, especially with that schedule?
From what I've seen so far, some of the publications have him 8-4, 7-5, possibly. But when I listen to the network analyst and I listen to Josh Heupel's interview that he sat down there with, one of the things that really impressed me was that he said his team, what happened with Nico, handled it better than he thought they were going to handle it. Miles Kitzman, who was one of the guys who went for Tennessee to speak at media days, talked a lot about how the team came together that last day of spring practice, how they've been in contact with each other. They've worked out with each other. They've been talking and everything. As it seems like what happened with that situation brought them closer together and willing to prove a point to the rest of the world that we don't need him.
Well, he also saying that like Nico was not a leader of that team.
Nope.
He wouldn't say anything on the sideline. He was just there. So, and now they said like all the quarterbacks are vocal with them. They're in practice and everything they're doing right now. So that's huge for Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I don't see Tennessee being 8-4. I say 10-2 to 9-3, somewhere in there.
I agree.
I think the defense is going to be the strong point again this year, but now you have a quarterback who can read a defense better, and you're not handicapping what he's capable of. He's got to step up and do some more stuff with Aguilar. But I think we lose to Georgia, and it's a coin flip for me on Alabama and Florida.
I don't think we lose to Georgia. Georgia's got to break in a new quarterback too.
Yeah. I was going to say that
the only difference, he played in the playoff, but he played okay, but he's not going to set the world on fire.
I agree with you, Kerry, because I was looking at Tennessee's schedule. There's a lot to be said because here's the thing. Syracuse isn't trash. Now, they don't have the same personnel that maybe they had last year. They
got to replace 20 starters.
Yeah, so I think Tennessee, being Vol-Lanta, will win that one. Obviously, they'll beat the hell out of ETSU in that second game. But I'm going to tell you something. That game being the 3:30 big ABC game that weekend of the 13th and being here in Neyland Stadium, you want to play Georgia early. Last year they had to wait till the end of the year, and of course they got to have to go up against when Georgia had figured things out, at the end of the year.
It's always good to get Georgia early.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen very often for us, but actually hardly ever. But if you get Georgia early in the season, especially starting the SEC schedule, they're known to mess up.
Yeah.
If you could exploit, because they were a second half team? No, they were a first half team.
They're a first half team when they got things rolling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But get them at game 3, and I think that's the best time to get them. New quarterback. They got to face Marshall first week, and that's not going to be easy for Georgia either. Marshall's a pretty good football team out of the Big 12. I think they're Big 12, AAC. They're a pretty good football team. That's going to be a good challenge for Georgia early and often. And remember,
Thunder and Herd.
Georgia has lost so much talent to the NFL draft. You can only reload so many times. That's what happened to Alabama last year. You reload so many times. And now people aren't scared to come get you. Georgia's about to find that out too.
They've also lost a lot of players to the Georgia Highway Patrol and the Athens.
The Highway Patrol and the department.
Let me ask you this: I think maybe we should bring driver's ed back to college instead of high school because
I agree.
I mean, let's not drink and drive, idiots. I mean, come on, I mean, you'd think that with all the money being down there, they could be chauffeur driven in them damn Bentleys or whatever. I mean, goodness gracious! I'm going to tell you this: I'm looking at Tennessee's schedule here, and you want to know something really intriguing about this schedule? For many years, back in the day, Tennessee always had to face Florida early in the year, and a lot of people always and people always mentioned, what if Tennessee and Florida had played later on in the year? And we got that wish, unfortunately, because of the tragedy of September 11th, that those games got moved. But Tennessee went down there and upset a very good Steve Spurrier's officially last game before he took the Redskins job. And now Tennessee's got a chance to play Florida late in the year, right before Thanksgiving, against the Gators down in the Swamp. And again, like you guys mentioned, who knows if Billy Napier is still there, if he's been fired mid-season and so forth, if the wheels fell off. I mean, I just think that Tennessee, I really benefited from a couple. They've got Georgia at home. They've got the Arkansas game as a revenge game here. The last year, the disaster in Little Rock.
They'll destroy them.
They've got Oklahoma coming here. And so, I mean, that's pretty big right there. I mean, realistically, the Alabama game's on the road. I don't think Mississippi State's any good. They're still kind of figuring things out ever since the Pirate passed away. God rest his soul.
Their second new coach in the last 3 years.
Exactly. So yeah, and then I mean, Kentucky could be tough up there with Mark Stoops. They're always going to play us tough or what have you. But still,
they got to find a quarterback too.
They got to find a quarterback. So
that's their biggest problem. They got to find a quarterback.
It could be Kentucky's best year ever, and then Tennessee still shows that we're daddy.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly look at 9-3. I mean, 9-3 I could see. So yeah, honestly,
I look at 9-3, 10-2. Couple things go right, it could be 11-1. Who knows?
Could be.
You could steal Alabama or Florida on the road and get Georgia at home. I like 9-2, 10-2.
I think Alabama's gonna be overrated just because it's Alabama. You're still going off the name.
I think so too.
Alabama has
a new quarterback too.
Well, Alabama has to prove to me that they've got a running game. I mean, last year Jalen Milroe was their damn running game, as far as I'm concerned. And realistically, it's pretty sad. Listen, and that just shows what a hell of a player he was. Listen, I'm not like an Alabama fan, but I will give respect to players that had to take on way more, and he had to do more. And realistically, they're damn lucky that they had him, because if some other team had gotten him for an NIL deal or something of that nature, and they broke in one of these guys a year early, they didn't have the running game to do anything. No. Honestly, they didn't. And
they do have the best receiver in the conference, Ryan Williams. That kid's a grade A, top 5 pick stud. He's that good.
Yeah, no, he is really good. So, so again, like Ohio State, breaking in a new quarterback, it helps when you've got a great wide receiver, a nice safety valve, and everything. Because if you can get it to him, and then here's the other thing too: if people are blanketing him, somebody else is open, and there might be some dump downs to running backs and tight ends in the flats or what have you for big games.
If you're a defense and you're breaking in, and they're breaking in a new quarterback, you get pressure on that quarterback immediately.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this. A team that's not really a part of any conference or whatever, but is really getting a lot of talk is Notre Dame. And obviously they play Miami in that first week. Miami's got a lot to prove. Carson Beck, what's his status coming back from that surgery? They've put a lot of money in NIL into a new defense. They brought in a new defensive coordinator. My question is, though, Notre Dame got some bad news. Their starting tackle has had a setback, and they don't think he's going to be playing this year. They still got a very great offensive line. I believe Athlon Sports has their offensive line, if not one of the top 3, if not the best offensive line. But my question is, you lose an anchor like that, that's going to be tough, especially with, you might have somebody talented, but again, big game experience against, come on, somebody that is talented. So
I don't even think Notre Dame should be allowed to be anywhere near the top unless they prove it. With their strength of schedule. Like, I'm looking at their schedule right now. Miami, Texas A&M, probably their 2 toughest games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything else, cakewalk.
Yeah.
Do they play a pseudo ACC schedule? They don't play Clemson at all this year. They don't play any of the top teams in the ACC.
Except for Miami. That's the only one. That's it.
They should be 12-0.
They should be. Yeah. I mean, here's the other thing too. Do they drop a game like they did last year? Nobody predicted that they would lose to Northern Illinois. And then the year before that, Marshall got them or what have you. So they have been known to, it's not the big games. You've got to worry about these games and they're happening in South Bend, no less. So that's inexcusable in itself. I mean, again, I hate Notre Dame, but at the same time, it's like they do get a pass. You guys have a point there, Right. And here's the other thing, too. Here's a team that I don't want to hear anything about. I really don't. Yes, they have talent. Yes, they're in the conversation. But until they can prove to me that they can knock off Ohio State and even the Michigans of the
Penn
world,
State.
the hell with Penn State.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
They
I
come up
hear this
small every
shit
year.
every damn year of them. And James Franklin, he had some nice years at Vanderbilt. He's done a pretty decent job there in Penn State. But let's be real. They got a lot of the greatness when they had Saquon Barkley. And you've seen the greatness of Saquon Barkley in the NFL.
And they still couldn't beat Ohio State.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what do they? I mean, and this year they got to go to Ohio State, right? I mean, if I'm not mistaken,
they host Michigan and they go to Ohio State.
Yes, exactly. And Michigan is a team that last year took their lumps, but they've paid a lot of money for a quarterback. And, they've got a lot to prove, and with the second-year coach and the scandals and everything like that. But, guys, let's be real. It's been like 1,800 days since Ohio State has beaten Michigan. And how can we even keep saying that? So, yeah. I mean, for years it was Michigan that couldn't beat Ohio State, and now it's the reverse. And again, Ohio State took no prisoners, paying $27 to $30 million for that national title last year, getting coaches, getting players, NIL deals. I mean, so yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see, who comes from that Big Ten. I mean, Oregon's going to be taking a step back this year, obviously. Yeah. I think.
They're breaking a new quarterback.
They're breaking in a new quarterback. A receiver that was going to be counted on tore his ACL, and he's not even going to be available this year. So that's going to make things more difficult for Oregon. Larry mentioned Riley over there at USC. Do they have anything in the tank at this point?
I don't know. They do. I know UCLA may not have anything. They may be UCLA, even with Nico, may be the worst team in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
be the worst team.
That's pretty interesting right there. Again, I know why they brought UCLA into the Big Ten. It was more for the basketball purposes,
and the big TV market.
They
got LA. They control the big TV markets. They got LA, New York, and Chicago.
They do. They
control three of the 5 biggest television markets in the country.
You're absolutely right. So, yeah. I mean, that's just something very interesting to me of how that's going to play out. I mean, obviously, with a gun to my head, I would probably say that Ohio State's probably going to win the Big Ten this year in some way, shape, or form.
I think they're the best team in the conference.
Yeah. I mean, Wisconsin's breaking in a new quarterback. There's a lot of teams that probably have. I mean, Indiana, were they just a flash in the pan last year? They got a great coach, but we're going to find out. They
got a harder schedule this year.
They do, and they benefited very, very much so from that weak schedule of avoiding certain teams
and a lot of home games last year. This year, their big games are away from there. Now they got Ohio State at their place, but other than that, all the other big games is away. And I like Larry said, Illinois, Brett Bielema, that guy can coach. He's got a good team out in Illinois. They're going to be dangerous.
And have you noticed that Illinois has been that team once in a while? Even Ron Zook had a couple of good years there.
Couple good years.
So I'm just saying, I could see that. I could see in Illinois. Where's Purdue at? I mean, they've really fallen off ever since back in the day.
They're a 5-6 win team. If they get to 6, they'll be happy. They worry more about basketball season up there now than they do football season.
Yep. Well, I have got another panelist coming on, a main staple of the show, my co-host. He got done with his recording. He said he'd be on at 10:30. He's a man of his word, and we've really just got this football discussion still going. I know he's got a lot to bring to it. I want everybody, live or recorded, to give this guy his due. Let me just tell you this. Mr. West 2003 is in the building.
Yes.
The voice of the running Rebels and Lady Rebels and Panthers and Lady Panthers. And let me just tell you something, man. You give this guy a mic, he gonna cook. That's all I'm gonna say. Give him the love. We are about to get it going really big time now. The love for my guy, my brother, the one, the only, two-pair Tate. Brian Tate is in the house. Woo!
Yes, sir.
There he is.
You guys can you hear me all right?
I can hear you great.
Hear you great, man.
Perfect.
Man. It's good to see you guys, man. James, Kerry, Shane. I've been super duper busy. I'm going through a different part of life where I'm the boss now.
I
You know
love
what I
it.
mean? So it's kind of different where I'm filming and having to, get things rolling. Like we got stuff rolling at the Sun Sphere now, and I'm
There
at
you go.
First Horizon on Sundays. So we're getting everything ready for the sports show that we're going to be taking off, and just getting people in line to film some of these games. Um, yeah, man, it's an honor to be on here with you guys. Man, shout out to Larry Frank. I see him showing some love. The college football, it's very close. It's very
Yes, it
SEC
is.
media days are cooking this week, brother.
Yeah, they are.
Honestly, what's your thoughts about? What do you think, Two Pair, about the SEC? I mean, who do you got as your contenders and your pretenders right now?
I think as long as Kirby Smart's in Georgia, they're always going to be
Yeah.
team that a team that's always to be reckoned with because they'll find a way. And what in 3 years they've lost 3 games, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean that speaks to a university. Alabama coming off a year that was they weren't supposed to be a 4-loss team. I think that's the first time they lost 4 games since 2007. Um, with Tennessee, uh, everything that happened with the Nico situation to now, you're seeing the players actually have time to say what was on their minds about it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Voice their opinion. LSU, their offense looks very good, but I don't know if their defense has quite caught up with the way they do things on offense. I'm really interested in seeing the maturation of Arch Manning in Texas.
hmm
Um, I think I think Miami's going to be well. Speaking out of the SEC, I think Miami's going to be really good. Like I think Miami defensively, they got some guys that can make plays and they play fast. That's just out of conference, but far as what I'm seeing in the SEC, the teams that will surprise you, I don't think there will be a surprise about Missouri. I don't think they lost a lot of NFL talent.
hmm
Hmm.
Missouri lost a lot of NFL talent. Um, I don't know if they're ever going to correct anything at Auburn to get it back to where it once was. It's
I think so.
it's like they've had peaks and valleys. Um, I think Ole Miss is formidable, but the way they lose guys to transfer, and I don't know how long. I don't know how long Kiffin stays or wants to stay there.
Yep.
If a bigger job opens up. Um, Speaking out of the SEC, I feel like Penn State is one of the more talented teams that probably won't ever get over the hump because somehow or another, their coach, and I love James Franklin, but if he can get out of his own way, there's some there's some things with that they they could be formidable. But there's a lot to think about with is what is Alabama going to do out the gates? How's LSU going to perform? Lincoln Riley, you're getting a lot of money out there in California. Things
Hmm.
there's a lot of
And it's
story.
not looking good.
You know what I'm saying, Curry? It's not look like the
Nope.
storylines.
hmm
Which Oklahoma team are you gonna get? You gonna get an Oklahoma team that was injury riddled, or the Oklahoma team that give certain offenses fits?
Yep.
Yep. Here's Larry's take on Miami. They won't beat a handicapped pig with Krista Beast as coach. He's got a lot to
Yeah.
prove. He's got a lot to
He's
prove.
not a very popular man down there in
I,
Miami.
I mean, let me
Not
just
at
tell you
all.
this. I'm just going to throw this out there. If Carson Beck even plays remotely to what he did last year at Georgia and Miami doesn't get it done in the ACC this year, what do they do? I mean, you potentially could have two amazing quarterbacks that you got because of NIL and you still didn't win the ACC. I mean, Cristobal will have a lot to answer for if that happens. And let's say Beck has a 4,000-yard year, you know what I mean, and so forth, and is in the Heisman conversation. You wasted Cam Ward, so yeah, I mean that's the truth. So we riot. That's what he says. I got one for you guys. Here's a team, and I want to talk about this too because we're talking high school, we're talking college, we're talking pro, whatever everybody wants to bring up. But here's a segue that ties college and pro together. Why is nobody talking about Mike Elko and Texas A&M and the Aggies? Okay, because I only bring them up with Shamar Stewart giving the finger to the Bengals, going back to go play at Texas A&M because he didn't sign a contract, he doesn't have an agent, and he's basically going to play for A&M this year and go back to try to do the draft next year. He's going to petition the NFL draft next year. But if A&M gets a stud like Shamar Stewart back, that helps their defense tremendously right now. Honestly, he already knows the playbook.
They got a talented roster. I don't think Jimbo left the cupboard unbared, but a lot of guys transferred in, a lot of guys transferred out. But they recruited so well during those Jimbo Fisher era. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Bengals, bro. I'd give them the finger too. And, you know, that's the other thing too. I mean, when does Joe Burrow just take his ball and go somewhere to a team that, you know, you talk about maybe a Drew Brees type of career. If Burrow goes to another team and the situation's right, he could do very good things, I think, if he's in the right organization. I don't know. Maybe
and they would trade him too. I guarantee you they would trade him and Chase and Higgins just to get rid of those contracts.
Yeah.
They're so cheap. They're so cheap.
Yeah, they're paying a lot of money.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny how cheap they are. I mean,
it's like they took a page out of the Browns playbook. Ohio.
Or at least the Browns are willing to spend money.
Yeah.
You know what the crazy thing is that the Bengals were 1 quarter away from winning a Super Bowl.
Yes.
That's
what the hell? This was not that long ago. I mean,
it wasn't that long ago, but you feel like it's further than what the time frame is in football years. Because in that Super Bowl, look at how things played out for both teams. The Rams win a Super Bowl, one of the first teams of LA winning one in a while, right? It's been a long time since the city of LA had a championship and had a parade and all that. You get a guy like Aaron Donald, who future Hall of Famer, retires at the top of his game.
Yep.
Like everything says Hall of Famer, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at Cincinnati, you could lose a guy like Trey Hendrickson if you're not even paying the guy.
Yep.
He's one of the best sack leaders in the NFL. One of the best defensive players in the league. In a league full of really talented guys like at that position.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, you're paying Jamar Chase, you're paying Joe Burrow, you're paying an unsubstantial amount of money to guys, and you're not fortifying the defense, or guys aren't taking that pay cut to make decisions to better the team. So I tell you, a team that could probably surprise somebody if the Las Vegas Raiders surround their core with guys. Like Brock Bowers is walking into the NFL as the best tight end in the league.
Oh, yeah, he's a stud. That's a stud right there. So, yeah.
AFC West may be the best division in pro football this year.
They might get 3 playoff teams this year.
Him in NFC East.
Yep.
I think you're right, Kerry. From top to bottom, though, like the Chargers could win 11 games.
Mm-hmm. The Broncos could win 11.
Mm-hmm.
And we know the Chiefs do.
And you know what the Chiefs are going to do, yeah.
That's a bloodbath.
The Raiders, I feel like the Raiders the Raiders could be a scary team for people.
Raiders could win 8 or 9 games and miss the playoffs by 1.
Yeah. But when you said that, I'm thinking Bo Nix in Denver, Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City, Herbert in LA, and he's got Harbaugh, so he's going to have a run game to free up a lot of the things that traditionally Harbaugh teams do.
And Pete Carroll back with the Raiders, man, and Geno Smith.
Yeah.
They got some talent, and they got Genty. They've got an offensive line and a good backfield.
Shane, what's your thoughts? NFC East or AFC West? Who would you take if you put those four against each other, like 4-4 or whatever?
Give me NFC East.
I feel like they got a stronger top half. Like
yeah,
Washington and Philly were lights out. Like those two teams beat up on each other, and I think those two teams match wits well with whatever Denver or
the AFC West is still wide open because you
Yeah.
know who's going to really pull away there. NFC East, you already know who's going to take it, but I think talent-wise and the way they play, I'll give NFC East on that.
yeah.
I mean, and I don't want to, and I know Larry. This was hilarious. This is the line of the night. I'm just hoping Aaron Rodgers runs off with his boyfriend and retires before training camp. Steeler fans are not happy right now. That's the other thing too. We've talked about the Ravens. I mean, like here's the thing. If you look at those other conferences, Kerry, your Bills. It's the AFC East. I mean, the Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins are not even in this conversation. You look at the South. The Jaguars have a lot of issues. The Titans are rebuilding. The Colts. I mean, somebody's going to get. It's the Texans. The Texans pretty much got that seed locked up. And then you look at the Ravens. It's looking like them, and the Bengals and the Steelers and the Browns are way behind. And like Two-Pair mentioned, the AFC West could get those three bids right there, honestly, to make it. I mean, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
I just don't see anywhere else. I mean, at this point, just because the other teams are in such disarray, and it boils down to poor ownership, poor general managers making really bad deals, and they've handicapped some of these teams with contracts and can't do shit about it. Honestly, so
got to draft well too.
Yeah,
yes,
you got to draft well.
Very good.
Got to draft well.
And then throwing draft picks away for nothing. I mean, are you kidding me? For guys past their prime, who are making these deals? Honestly, some of these teams.
And now TJ Watt is a topic of conversation because Pittsburgh is looking to shop him. And I'm sitting here going, the best time to shop TJ Watt would have been last year. You could have gotten a first and a third for him last year. You're not going to get a first and a third for him this year. And him wanting a new contract, him wanting Max Crosby money and Myles Garrett money. Nah, you're not going to get that kind of bag for TJ Watt. No.
Not now.
Not now, no. Last year, yeah.
Yeah. But with TJ, I think he's seeing what those guys are making, right? And he's performed at a high level in this league. So when you see other guys getting those type of contracts like a Myles Garrett, a Max Crosby, like you're saying, I mean, they're performing at a high level as well. Like Myles Garrett, probably one of the more feared defensive ends we've seen in a long time. And TJ, it is at the height of where he was. Yeah, you can get a first and a third, but you're coming off these injuries.
Exactly.
The team underperformed in a very weird, un-Steeler-like way. They haven't won a playoff game in a long time, and
almost 10 years.
We're coming up on the decade when the last time Tomlin won a playoff game, and I think he's in the league for ability. But when it gets into championship level football, it hasn't been championship level coaching.
I just think that Tomlin, this is the year he finally has a losing season. Nothing good can come from having Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. I talked to a friend of mine in Pittsburgh. Larry's right. They are not happy in Pittsburgh whatsoever with Aaron Rodgers. Nothing good comes from having him.
I mean, look at these. I mean, Larry has a point. You got Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Lamar is in Baltimore. You're hoping that Deshaun or Shador, one of them takes the reins there in Cleveland. Burrow's in Cincinnati, and he's still Burrow, So my question is, why the hell did the Steelers do that? Why did they do that?
It made no sense.
It made
no sense.
They could have drafted Shador and solved all these issues. That's who they wanted.
You should have kept Russell Wilson or Fields.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is Fields now, by the
The
way?
Jets. He's with
Yeah.
the Jets. He'll be their starting quarterback.
Oh my God, that's where all careers go to die. That
Yep.
poor kid. That poor kid. He's gone from the Bears to the Steelers to now the damn Jets. Oh
Yep.
my God. Wow.
Situation matters, and I think he wasn't. He wasn't a guy that you say he was a difference in them winning when you look at his overall play.
Mhm.
Enough for them to win.
Yeah.
But I think he's an extremely talented quarterback if he has the necessary weapons and line. Like it's got to be an ideal situation. Like
Exactly.
like he doesn't have an ideal situation. He didn't have an ideal situation in Chicago.
Nope.
And Chicago is horrible at even drafting quarterbacks because you had Justin Fields, you get rid of Fields for Williams, and it wasn't going to pan out because you start the whole rebuilding process again.
Well, and even before Fields, they had Trubisky and couldn't do anything with him or whatever like
I
that.
think they got the playoff with Trubisky, won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they made a playoff with him, but they still gave up 3 number ones
Horrible.
for
What do they
Trubisky.
do? I'm telling you guys, they are
And then Trey,
the amount of money that some of these general managers or whoever is making these deals are getting paid. I mean, they could pay me half and I would make better deals than what's going on here. I mean, honestly. So,
and when it comes to Pittsburgh, this is all at the start of 2016 because they did not have a plan for Ben Roethlisberger. If you notice, Kansas City, Buffalo, Philadelphia, they all had plans for quarterbacks. Kansas City, Alex Smith was still going strong. They let him go because they drafted Patrick Mahomes.
yeah.
I saw a thing where Tyler Bray said, because he was on the Chiefs roster at that time, when he saw what Mahomes was doing as a rookie, he's like, yep, I'm getting cut next year.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Buffalo had Tyrod Taylor. Buffalo went to the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor, and then they drafted Josh Allen.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Philadelphia won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles and had Carson Wentz.
And
They drafted Jalen Hurts.
and drafted Jalen Hurts.
I've got one for you guys.
Great
Yeah.
execution by them because then they got to get another Super Bowl. The guy goes to 2 Super Bowls and wins one of them.
And should have won the other one.
Should have won the other one.
Could have possibly been a 2 Super Bowl champion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this about Aaron Rodgers, okay? He won 1 Super Bowl. Great. Okay. But let me just ask you this. Is the legend of him only because the Packers really didn't have to deal? I mean, the Lions were horrendous back in the day. The Bears are always been bad. Minnesota has just recently become good again.
Yep.
I mean, is that what that was?
They're up and down, though.
Minnesota's up and down. I almost feel like Stephen A. Smith was Rodgers' biggest cheerleader and why he's gotten the contracts and everything that he's gotten with all that. He's a bad dude. I remember that shit on First Take.
Yeah,
all
I
the
remember
time.
that too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the lure, let me say this:
Yep, the allure. Mm-hmm.
the allure of Aaron Rodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because his story, sat in the draft room, green room. You saw him beat USC when he was at Cal. You saw him get close to beating USC. Sorry, he didn't beat USC, but you see what we saw. Like he had all the tools, the intangibles. You see him sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback, right? See him sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback. Pay me $50K and I'll slap the shit out of him.
I know. I'm reading Larry's comments.
Oh,
This
no,
is awesome.
Larry's hot. Like, yeah, he's got him more angry than OJ with no kitchen knives. Larry's hot. Rodgers beat Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl. Now he's our
Larry,
quarterback.
this is a family show, Larry. No,
It's almost 11 o'clock. It's almost after dark time. So there we go. But shoot, oh my God. So yeah, it's great.
But,
This is why I wanted him on tonight, honestly. He couldn't make it. He's doing
awesome.
4 shows a week, but I knew that he'd be hot about this. He'll come on next week and talk about it. I'm telling you. But oh my goodness. So yeah, his mustache, you're right though.
And
Too.
the scary part about him, he could be senator or governor of a state in 3 years.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Scare
good
me
God.
with that little fact.
Oh my
No.
God.
But with Aaron, this I will say, it's the allure of Aaron Rodgers. It's the MVP. But name name the last big playoff game Aaron Rodgers has won.
The one that the Cowboys choked in that game.
Oh yeah.
That was
Well,
it.
well,
It was because
other
the
than that,
Cowboys choked, but he was the
Yep.
quarterback of the Packers. So yeah.
exactly. That's the only other playoff game really that means anything because he's played against San Francisco twice, got ran by
And got his
Colin
ass handed to him.
Kaepernick, and then they lost a cold weather game to Colin Kaepernick. 2 cold weather games to Colin Kaepernick in Green Bay.
No, Garoppolo.
Garoppolo got one, and Kaepernick got the other.
Yeah.
Yes. I always feel like we always forget about that. Jimmy G was
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he kind of is the forgotten quarterback of the 49ers, actually.
He is forgotten quarterback, man. But no, with Aaron, it is definitely the allure and the fact that he dominates the conversation of quarterbacks. But when Tom Brady was in the latter part of his career, he was winning playoff games. He was winning.
Yep.
He was winning Super Bowls. So that's where I look at Aaron, and you were with. Well, now this will be your third team, and you've only played in 1 Super Bowl.
Yep.
So just me. When you look at a Drew Brees who never won an MVP, but he got a Super Bowl, does he look any differently than Aaron Rodgers? Maybe he doesn't because he doesn't have the MVPs. But with Aaron, I think it's the allure.
It is the allure. You're right.
For me, he hadn't won a meaningful playoff game. Like Brady, Brady was playing for a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
In 1 year of a change.
Yep.
I'm just stating facts. With him.
I don't know if the Titans play the Steelers this year, but I might just get an autograph from Aaron Rodgers and send it to Larry as a Christmas present, as a gag gift or whatever, just for fun. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. So I wouldn't do that to you. So, oh my God. So
I give them 2 years because I think they're moving in the right direction. Cam Ward's going to be a stud.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to ask everybody, and Larry in the chat box or anybody else, who are some rookies that you're looking forward to seeing play this year? Honestly, I mean, obviously, you know me and Cam Ward. I'm all about that with the Titans, and that's my team. But I'm just saying that, like, who are some other rookies you guys are looking forward to seeing play?
Deal with the draft. I think James Pierce. Where he fell right to a team that needed an edge rusher. Because name a guy off the Falcons that's had 10 sacks in the last 8 years. It's not Grady Jackson.
Can't think of one. You can't think of one.
They drafted what they needed. They needed an edge rusher.
I will be there in October for that Monday night game they play with Buffalo because I want to see Pierce and them firsthand against one of the best offensive lines in the game. That's going to be a great battle.
That is pretty awesome, actually. So
that's going to be a great battle.
I'm a big fan of his.
I am too. James Pierce is a stud, man.
Because the last 2 years, you saw what a guy had an effect on the game where he's able to play standing up. He's able to play down on the line of scrimmage. He can be a hybrid. He can be a line, like in the physical tools. He can take one to the crib, what he showed in the Iowa game.
Yep.
I will say the tight end from Penn State, I just love
Drew Allen. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I love the way he plays the game. Like I think Genty, he fell to the right team.
I agree.
You know,
I was going to mention Genty is one that I'm really looking forward to watching play. I'll throw out a name, Jalen Walker from the Georgia Bulldogs going to the
Yeah.
Falcons, staying there in Georgia. That's going to be a dude that
Oh, yeah.
could see. Walter Nolan going to the Cardinals. See
Sorry.
what he can do.
Yeah, that was
You
good.
know, yeah.
I think, speaking of Arizona, I think this will be Kyler Murray's last year at Arizona. And where he will be the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback next year in 2026.
I'm gonna tell you this: that guy, I think he's lucky that he's even playing. That knee injury he suffered, for him to come back at the level he's playing at, a lot of guys don't come back. Honestly, it really. I mean, I'm happy.
And
for
he
him,
was one of the
honestly.
first ones that got the big money contracts for quarterbacks. His end of the 4 years guaranteed is this year.
Mhm.
They knew those Arizona. They knew what the market was going to look like back at that time.
I'll tell you one thing. The Carolina tailback that got drafted by the Chargers, he can play. Omarion Hampton. He's
he
the
can-
real
he
deal.
can
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah, you know, I think what's smart about Harbaugh, he's getting what he's accustomed to. He's got to have a run game. I want to say he got Najee Harris off waivers or whatever, or signed him. You got him and you got Hampton in the draft, and man, when you see what he does, like catching out of the backfield, he's got a lot of versatility. You can do a lot of things with Hampton. The way he played at North Carolina over the few, I was truly impressed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did you hear what happened to Najee Harris over the 4th of July?
Did he
The
lose
dude
fingers?
was playing with fireworks. He hurt his fingers and he hurt his eye. There was a couple of guys in his party that lost fingers playing with
Why?
fireworks.
Why?
Wow.
Why?
Y'all grown men.
Run into traffic if you really feel good. I mean, oh my goodness.
Exactly.
My gosh.
When I heard that story, I just went, "You gotta be kidding me."
Did nobody learn from Jason Paul Pierre or whatever,
Yep.
JPP? I mean,
JPP.
goodness gracious.
No one learned from him.
Wow. Shane, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
who is a team contender, pretender in NFL right now, and so forth? Who do you think is going to fall flat on their ass, and who's somebody that could surprise maybe and have a really good year? You think?
Ooh. Who falls flat on their ass? Can I say my wishful thinking on who falls on their
Sure,
ass?
give it.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm.
I just want to see it happen.
The run is over.
I want it to be because they've become the Patriots.
Whoa, crazy.
They've
Do you
become-
think they're
I-
worse than the Patriots? Do you think they're
Hey.
worse?
What's
Yes.
that now?
Did you think the Chiefs are worse than the Patriots because of all the media with the State Farm and Taylor Swift and all that?
No,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift adds to it because she's a megastar, but with the Patriots, it was just like Bill Belichick saying these dull ass comments.
But the Patriots were at least that good for why we hate them. We're getting the Chiefs shoved down our throat every game when it's not their game because of Taylor Swift. I'm tired of seeing it. I just want to watch a football game. I don't give two shits about who's in the damn press box.
Exactly.
Well,
Oh, it's Taylor Swift and Patrick Mahomes' wife. Who gives a flying fuck?
I'll say this because we got to remember, like, in her world, there are a billion people that follow. Like, so her world is came into our world. So all those billions of Taylor Swift fans are at least Brady had a good looking woman.
Yes.
I feel like Argyle in the limo in Die Hard with what he just said, by the way. So, hey, by the way, speaking of Brady, real quick, just off topic, at the Bejos wedding, I heard he got Sweeney and Vargara.
That's what I heard too.
Brady, man, he is
Brady-
the GOAT, man.
Brady
That
got
is the GOAT.
Tommy's got some game, man.
T12
got some game.
And I think he upgraded compared. I'd take them two any day over Giselle,
yeah.
man. Any day. So, yeah, man. Oh, and real quick, because I know what you did last summer is coming. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
My
Yes.
God. She looks good, man.
Way to go.
Got some meat on her bones, baby.
Oh, my God. She looked great.
Woo.
Oh, that is the modern day Jessica Rabbit, by the way.
Yeah.
She looked great. So,
I watched, what's that show? 911?
Yeah.
Yeah.
911.
Hey, you ever? You remember when Fresh Prince was at the door?
Yes. Oh, that's so good.
Of a concussion.
And two pair posted it, and I said, "I'm giving you the eye right now, man. I'm telling you."
Yeah.
I saw you. You're PC.
I saw that dress, and I'm like, damn.
Hey,
Mm.
you want to know what's crazy?
Hey, something about the
I
milk.
go to Smash Mouth yesterday. Antoine Burdine. Also, Sunday the 27th is gonna be his send off. So come out to Smash Mouth on the 27th Sunday.
Okay.
6659 Oak Ridge Highway. I'm gonna be there. Shout out to TK. Shout out to Smash Mouth Barbecue. We're doing a big celebration for Antoine Burdine.
What time is that, by the way? I want to make an appearance there for sure. So, yeah.
I don't have the times, but I think it's like right around like brunch area time.
But it's on Sunday the 27th. I'm going to make an appearance for
We're
sure.
down the street from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look at that. Jennifer Love Hewitt got more cakes than a bakery. Good Lord. So,
got
absolutely.
the case of Dunkin' Hines. Look,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
had a
Oh,
future so bright. I was just trying to get in front of it.
Oh, gosh.
You got that right.
Oh, by the way, real
Right.
quick, I just want to just say this. The nerd in me went to Fanboy over the weekend. And
Cool, man.
let me just say this. I got to.
I didn't go. I was so busy, man.
Yeah.
My nephew went and did the Goku versus Superman YouTube. So shout out to Gremlin. Shout out to Claname. I told him we was gonna give him a shout out tonight on the show. He said, "We not gonna give you a shout out," because so all the guys like Antoine Burdine and all the football players, they laugh about the eye that whatever we do that about a female.
I love it. No, it's the thing.
Oh,
Well,
my
I've even
God.
let Larry in on my thing where I go, Carrie, you were asking about my friend Mark, and he did give us a shout, by the way. He did make his appearance, Guy Man
Good
stuff,
deal.
and he's coming in this weekend, and we're going to celebrate his birthday. But him and me have a thing where we go, mira eso, or whatever, and so that, which means in Spanish, look at that,
Look
or
at
whatever.
that.
So we
Yeah.
do that one too.
Mhm.
But I want to tell you this. I had a discussion with the lovely Julie Benz, who played Darla, the vampire.
Oh, man.
And I went up to her. Listen to your boy right here. And I gotta be careful. Okay, so I go up to her and I said, "Listen, I just wanted to just introduce myself to you because I want to thank you. The fetish that I have with vampires was because of you, and I just want to say you are even more beautiful now than you were when you were younger. You're like a fine wine that just got more beautiful with age."
Damn.
She blushes, shakes my hand, and says, "Thank you so much," and lets me know that she will be in Tampa for the Dexter reunion or whatever, and told me that I should go down there,
Really?
and go get her autograph down there. And I said, Allegiant does fly direct, so.
Direct to Tampa.
But I said to her, so she said to me, she asked me flat out, she goes, "Oh, so you must like dangerous women?" And I go, "Oh, absolutely, I do." So it was my pimp mic drop moment.
Oh,
Honestly.
wow.
It really was. True story.
Hey, you was out there feeling yourself, Weeble.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
nothing
I was
wrong with
standing
that.
in the line for the guy I wanted to see, and I'm just watching her there in that red dress, and I'm like, my God, she is amazing.
Julie Benz, man.
Julie Benz.
That's some good memories right there, boy.
You were just trying to get your morals stimulated. You're trying to get
I said to myself, when am I ever going to see this beautiful woman in Knoxville ever again? And I was
Exactly.
like, why not? So why not? Oh, on a separate note, Larry's going, if y'all did didn't see Superman, don't. I haven't
Don't.
seen it yet. I have
I
not
haven't
seen the
seen
new
it yet.
Superman. So I heard somebody like crucified it, saying I go to an action movie to watch Superman kick ass, not get his ass kicked. That's what somebody said, and Kirk Herbstreit shared it on X, the guy's review of the movie or whatever.
I'm
So
looking
I
more
don't know.
forward to Happy Gilmore 2, which I think is going to be out.
That's going to be great. Yeah. Careful, Stallion. Wives got radar. They know when we talk.
Yep.
You know.
Who the Jada Parker.
Yeah. Oh,
She
that's
got
awesome.
some cakes. She got some
That's-
cakes on her too.
Yeah, I like this. Jennifer would get the best 4 minutes and. It's after 11. I
That's
can
after
guarantee.
11,
This
baby.
is why we have a different platform on this show now. So
It's Rebels
honestly,
without a, it's Rebels with a cause
it's
after
Rebel-
dark, baby.
dark after dark, Rebels with a
After
cause
dark.
after dark.
All right, guys, man.
All right, hey, real quick, because I want to get the wrestling talk in here real quick, please. All right, we got to talk about this, okay? What about this disaster of Saturday night main event that happened?
Yep.
Bret Hart cuts the feed, so Goldberg can't do his retirement speech. Seth Rollins messes up his knee,
Which
and
affected
we
the
have to
match.
bring the tribal chief back just to save asses. I mean, it's a disaster right now. WWE's product, it really is. I mean, at this point.
Want to know something? I'm an NXT diehard guy, right?
Yes, you
I'm
are.
an NXT guy. I hate to say this. I have not been a fan of what's going on. It is
Horrible.
it's abysmal, right? If you're a wrestling fan like I am, I'm in training camp from this NCAA 26 right now.
That's it.
Mhm.
I'm in training camp, and I'm hoping to bring the championship to the Coral Gables line of Miami Hurricanes.
I love it. Shane, back me up on this one.
Yes.
So Bret Hart. So apparently, I didn't even realize this. So Goldberg did a spear, and it hurt Charles Robinson that he cracked a rib. So Bret Hart went on a show today on TMZ, said
Yeah.
the man is dangerous. He'd hurt the hot dog stand guy or whatever like that. Bret Hart is going to snipe Goldberg, in my opinion.
He ended
Bret
his career.
Hart
He's held on
has
to that
so much
grudge
hate for
forever.
everyone. Like, he's just always pissed about something.
He's an
Exactly.
angry guy.
He's
Yeah.
an angry man. Them Canadians, man. What do you expect?
I don't
Trish Stratus still looked amazing.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
Trish
she's
Stratus.
amazing.
Wasn't
That's another one.
wasn't there show when Brett was like one of the most popular
Yep.
like ever?
Ever.
Yeah, 96, man, was his year. 96 was his year.
Then Austin took over.
Let me say this: I have a cousin who, to this day, his favorite wrestler was Brett. I'm talking about posters, jacket,
Mhm.
sunglasses.
The sunglasses, the shades, yeah. Yeah.
My man had a black leather Bret Hart, like the Hart Foundation.
Yep.
It is amazing to see the machine of once you get to know the wrestler outside, you see the biography and you see, wow, like this dude is really like wired a lot different. He's the best technical wrestler I've ever seen. Technical wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We grew up in an era where like him and Shawn Michaels were extremely popular and they were extremely good in the ring. This era is, I don't know. Like it's a questionable era right now.
It really is. It really is. I don't know if you saw Larry. He got his wish. Otis got fired. So
Yeah,
there's
Otis got
that. So, Brett would make a priest curse. I think Brett would make the priest end the confession early. Like, okay, we've heard this. Let's go. You're done.
I think
So,
he would
yeah,
make the Pope want to beat his ass. I think that's what he would do.
Hey, you know what? If anything,
ass.
Two Pair, you missed this segment. I've brought this back, by the way. They stink or whatever. WWE's product stinks. It's awful.
Naomi Naomi saved it.
The women's division is the
Women-
only thing
the
that I'm excited
evolution-
about right now.
The evolution card, the women's division is in good hands moving forward. They got so much young talent
They do.
that is stepping up.
Well, the men should take a lesson. The men
That
should take a
evolution.
damn lesson from them. How
That
they are on the
evolution.
mic, how they insult each other. Look at this. Look at this comment that Larry put. That what Naomi said. She called them women raggedy heifers.
Raggedy heifers.
Can
That
you
was the
imagine?
best.
So raggedy heifers. I mean, goodness gracious.
Hey,
Made a hell of a comeback though. If you
Yeah.
think about it, like she was a funkadactyl.
yep.
She was a funkadactyl. Then you know what I'm saying. She was a tag team.
Yep.
She's had a lot of transitional moments in the WWE to where she has made staying power. But look at, you know what I'm saying? Look at where Bianca Belair has taken the game to.
And there might be a heel turn that we might be seeing that I'm excited about that could keep her character even fresher. To be honest,
This Naomi work. This is the best she's ever done.
Mhm.
This is absolutely amazing. And now you got a SummerSlam match with her, Io, and Rhea, which is going to be off the chain. If it's anything like Evolution, it is going to blow the roof off the Meadowlands. That may be the main event night one.
I think the women's matches could steal the shows
Yes.
that weekend. To be honest with you,
You know what? They did in the WrestleMania.
They
Steph-
did?
and watch out for Stephanie Vaquer. Watch out for her.
Yeah.
Some-
She's really
Somewhere in this, a title's going to be around her hands by the end of the year. What
Mhm.
title? It could be any of them.
Well, and I'll throw this out there. I'm
That's
very
good.
intrigued with this Charlotte Flair Alexa Bliss thing that's going on
That's
too.
fantastic.
And then
That's
here's the other thing too.
fantastic.
Then you got Liv Morgan, who should be in the fold in all this, who's injured by some freak thing, and you got
Yep.
her on the sideline. That's how deep this division is. And here are the men. You had to bring back. It was nice to see Jay and Roman reunite, but it's like you had to do that because you got nothing else. You got nothing the hell else. So.
Seth getting hurt brought him back.
Now let me ask you
Because
this.
if Seth doesn't,
Go ahead, Kerry. Go ahead. So
Seth getting hurt has pushed things up more than it should have been. Seth would have been champion Saturday night because I really believe Goldberg was supposed to win that match, and then Rollins cashes in on him with Breaker and all them, and then when he gets hurt, scratch all that, Gunther wins the match. Now it's looking like CM Punk is probably going to beat Gunther at SummerSlam. Then Rollins will come back and cash in on him.
Ooh.
In a
So you
few
think that
months.
this is a work? In a few months.
No,
Okay.
in a few months. Let Punk be champion. Let it have his last reign for a few months, and then when Seth Rollins is free, have him cash in right on CM Punk.
They need something. They need something. And then let me ask you this: is Cena losing to Cody at SummerSlam? Is this going to
Yeah.
be it? Wow.
Because I think the heel turn's coming.
Wow. Okay. So
The heel turn's coming. I think The Rock may show up at SummerSlam. It would not surprise me one bit if he shows up at SummerSlam. He was supposed to be at WrestleMania and didn't come.
Yep. I mean, you're right. Yeah. Look,
Something big is going to happen because they need something big to happen with the men's side. They need something big.
they do need something. I mean, it's just the same old at this
I mean,
point.
everybody's saying that the quality is freaking horrible.
Very. Like, and this is coming from a wrestling guy who lives, breathes.
Yep.
Like, it's just, man, I watch it and then I turn that PS5 or Tecmo Super Bowl on, man.
I want to see the women compete. I think
Yeah.
the women
But
competing
that
right
thing
now is
too-
hot.
The women is saved the WWE.
Yep.
They have.
I died laughing when Naomi told EO that she couldn't understand what she was saying.
That was
yeah, that
hilarious.
was great. No, that was really good. Yeah, and you know, all that came in my head, Shane, was that stupid thing we saw, like, oh, you're on the EO Skycam. That, I mean, oh my God, I was like, dude, she just like embarrassed that girl.
But like, yeah, she's technically good, but she can't cut a promo to save her life.
No.
You can't. Unfortunately, you can't understand her. So it's just like, and then when she tries to say something like, "Are you even being insulting?" Like, you only have one tone.
But
Yeah.
she can, I'll tell you what, she can perform though. That match with her and Rhea, they were all over the building.
Mhm.
That match was match of the year quality, and then you throw Naomi cashing in, made it even that much better. SummerSlam's gonna be off the chain. Yeah, AEW was good this weekend too.
AEW
Some
did
of the
have a
most
good show. They did have a
physical
good show. Daniel
matches.
Bryan came back. Yeah, so that was yeah. Io had cakes too. Yeah, they had her showing the cheeks a little bit. So yeah, I mean, you
I had to
know
make
what's
up
the problem?
after Night of Champions where they were all looking like Catwoman.
You know what the problem is with Io? She's got the Asuka problem and the Shinsuke Nakamura. They just don't speak. I mean, they're talented
Speak good
wrestlers,
English.
but
They just don't
they
speak
can't.
straight.
They just don't. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing. That's why there were many wrestlers that Vince would showcase from All Japan or New Japan or whatever, but he never put them on the mic. He just let them wrestle, and that's it.
They got the Orient
And that was
Express.
yeah.
Yep.
The Orient Express had Mr. Fuji talk for him.
That's right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. Yep. Yep. So I mean,
Ah,
that's all I'm saying, guys. There's a reason why they did not get on the mic, those guys back in the day. So and yeah,
I
it's
still remember the days of Fuji being at Easttown Mall at the movies, the cinema.
tearing tickets,
outfit.
baby.
Tearing
Tearing tickets was
man.
yeah.
Sharing memories and tearing tickets, man.
Yeah.
I would just go just to talk to him.
And he had that wrestling school here locally for a
Yep.
while that he was training young guys and
Hey.
so forth. So
Shout out to Dr. Tom Pritchard, who's running the wrestling school out there in Fair. He's a big fan of our show, and he is one of my favorite people. Big shout out to Dr. Tom Pritchard. We
Great
have
performer.
Chains. You want to talk about stories?
Yeah.
Dr. Tom Pritchard has stories for days of good old Smoky Mountain wrestling.
oh, I
Great
remember. I miss
performer.
old.
Shout out
I
to
miss
Dr.
Smoky
Tom.
Mountain wrestling. So yep. And
I
Jim
miss
Cornette was
Continental. I
associated.
remember Continental when him and the Dirty White Boy had the feud of the year. I think in 1988 when he hung Pritchard from the ropes and choked him. They had rape storylines, everything. Tom Pritchard, hell of a performer. Hell of a performer.
The territories were some of the best days of wrestling, by the way, back then. The territories
Yes,
were.
I
So,
love
yeah.
the territories, man.
Oh my God! Yeah, did you all see Maya Lesnar has a boyfriend? Yeah, he's the guy from the. He's an offensive lineman, and she's tougher than him. She
Really?
looks tougher than him. So yeah,
Oh
he's a
God,
football player.
that's a
Yeah, Maya
scary
Lesnar.
thought.
Ooh, that's oh God, it's like Brock is a chick. I mean, honestly. So yeah.
Oh man, that's a
She
scary
pegs him,
thought.
so there you go. She pegs him. So, shoot. So, hey, let me just tell you something, guys. It's so awesome to be able to all hang out tonight and talk
Yep.
football. I've got a surprise for next week, and whoever can be on will be on. I've got a special guest panelist that wanted to be on, and he wanted us to not only have the football discussion, but he wanted us to center in on the greatest running backs of all time.
Oh, I like that conversation.
And so I want you all to, I'm giving you all a week's homework assignment.
You
Come
got
up
it.
with some names of who you think were the best running backs of all time. We can go different levels and bring it because he's got some names and I know he's going to be on at 9:30. He's been a guest on the show before, but he wanted that. And we're going to make the stars align that he will be a panelist next week at 9:30.
I already got a top 10 right off my head.
College, what are we doing?
Whatever you want, bud. We can even do high school around here if we want to as well. So we can do high school, we can do college, and we can do pro. But it's going to be centered around the greatest running backs of all time. So
That will be fun. I would love that discussion.
Yes. So,
that would be man.
Yeah. So
All
and
right,
high
guys,
school doesn't necessarily have to be local. We could maybe look at guys all across. So,
I've already got mine.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite position.
yeah.
I know I got 10 guys already just off
I've
the top
got
of my head.
I've got probably 10 to 15 that we could talk about and
Oh,
argue, where we rank them and everything like that,
My lesser known guys are the guys that are going to be the ones that, I'm just going to throw out some lesser, like, not lesser known, but Fred Taylor.
Yes.
See what I'm saying?
Tough
LaShawn McCoy.
athlete. Yep.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We start naming guys like
And
that.
and that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't look like just because they didn't maybe make it in one level to the next. I mean, I'll give you a name. Everybody really was talking about Noel Devine. in high school, and he went to West Virginia. It didn't quite pan out. He was too small. But when you watched him in high school, that was literally a man amongst boys, despite his small frame and everything.
I'll give you another couple around here, college wise. And I thought when I saw them together, I was at the '89 Tennessee Auburn game in the rain. I thought Reggie Cobb and Chuck Webb, if there wasn't for leg injuries, that was the best combination I had ever seen in my life, and still to this day, the best combo running back combination. They were both so strong, so fast, so powerful. If knee injuries didn't get both of them, they could have been Hall of Fame. They could have been Hall of Famers. They had that kind of talent.
Yeah, and that almost reminds me of Alonzo Highsmith.
What about this college backfield? Yep. What about this college backfield? Jamal Lewis, Travis Stevens,
Yep.
That's a great backfield.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. There's
I got a Miami backfield that's crazy.
Portis, McGore, and McGahee. I mean, can you imagine? That was just insane. So, well, that's the thing. You've gotten some teams over the course of history that had triumvirates. I'll give you another one. What about Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown, and for a time, the big guy, Brandon Jacobs. Yep.
I give you one better. The walk-on, Trey Smith.
Yes. Yep. So they had a 4 right there. So I mean, some could even say about Alabama. One time they had
Sean Alexander. Derrick Henry. Who else did they have? Trent Richardson.
At one time they had Richardson,
Eric Riddle,
Yeldon.
Eric Riddle.
Yeah, Yeldon.
Hold on, Eric Riddle, Derek Lassick.
Yep.
Sherman Williams.
Yep. Yep. No, they've had
Curtis Alexander, Sean
Alexander, yep. And you know who was Sean Alexander's backup for a time? He never panned out, but he was a local big time around here at Oak Ridge, Sean Bohannon. Sean Bohannon. He backed up Sean Alexander. So,
Oak Ridge.
Man. Yeah. No.
I stood with Sean Bohannon in high school.
Telling you. I mean, Spencer Gilmire at Oak Ridge. I mean, he never went to college, but he was a stud at Oak Ridge. Spencer Gilmire. So,
Marcus Lattimore when he played at South Carolina.
Before the injury. My God. Yeah, that was
before the injury.
Yeah.
He was heading to a Hall of Fame career. That dude ran like a swan. He was so graceful and powerful at the same time.
Here, I got one for you guys. I absolutely hated their guts because I hate Virginia Tech, but the untouchables, Lee Suggs and Kevin Jones in the same backfield.
Very underrated. Underrated.
Pain in the
Mike
ass.
Vick and Mike Vick with their was
their quarterback, and then it transitioned to Brian Randall. So can you imagine? I mean, it transitioned to he played with both those guys. So So that's going to be the topic next week. So it's going to be very exciting to talk about where we rank them, and we can do a high school, then we can transition to college, and then do the all-time greats of the NFL and so forth. Honestly, so I think you guys might actually be surprised of who my favorite all-time running back is. Honestly, but I'll give my reasons next week and say maybe it won't surprise you. I don't know, but there's just something about him that was just so special. And like I said, I'll give my reasons, and maybe you all will agree or to agree to disagree or whatever. But it might surprise you because I'm not a fan of their team, but I respect greatness of a player at a position.
Before we go, my mom went to Syracuse for college in the late 50s. She knew Ernie Davis and Jim Brown.
Yes, Jim Brown. Yeah, man. Yeah.
She knew Ernie Davis. Her and Ernie Davis were friends for years. They graduated the same year, college-wise. They were friends for years. She saw that. She was lucky enough. She said, still to this day, he's the greatest. Him and Jim Brown were the two greatest backs she had ever seen in her life.
They were well before.
She will die on that hill saying those two.
And I'm
like, wow.
I believe that. No, I believe that. Yeah. By the way, I don't know if she still works there or not, but for a time, Earl Campbell's niece is a blackjack dealer over at Harris Casino in Cherokee, North Carolina, and she always wears his jersey all the time. And
biggest legs I've ever seen on a back. He was just so powerful. My God.
Oh, look at this one. This is funny. Can Pittsburgh trade Aaron for Paul Crew? That was on. That was on the other day, and I still love that movie, The Longest Yard. So that was a great one.
I like them both. The original,
I like them both.
Burt Reynolds was great, and so was Adam Sandler. Yeah, both of them were great.
I just feel like they just asked everybody in WWE, "Do you want to be in this movie?" Because they had, Great Khali, Kevin Nash, Stone Cold, Goldberg was in that one.
Yeah,
Boz was in it.
Michael Irvin.
Nelly was in it.
Nelly.
I mean, goodness gracious. Who didn't they have in it?
Yeah.
Yep. So
that big guy. I forget Tiny, the big guy, the big.
Bob Sapp. Yeah, that's
Sapp,
it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I broke your toy.
I think I broke his freaking neck. I think he broke his freaking neck.
I thought he shit himself.
Yeah, I think he shit himself. Oh my gosh!
Will you teach me football?
Such an underrated movie.
Tracy Morgan was one of the cheerleaders.
Oh my god! and him and what's his name, Leguizamo or what? Oh my god! Or, no,
Nick
Turturro. That's it.
Nick Turturro.
That's it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Turturro. So good. So
Chris Berman was the play-by-play announcer. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, with the one inmate that didn't really speak much, and then he kind of smiled with that gold tooth or whatever. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was such awesome. A great movie. Such a great movie with cameos and everything. So yeah. So great show, good, I guess.
Gilmore 2 comes out with all the cameos. We'll see in that one.
Oh yeah. Did you know? I really think that's going to be good. By the way, I really think that's going to be good.
I think it's going to be great.
And honestly, it really doesn't have much to go up against because look at what's kind of coming out in the theaters. You know what I mean? Type of a thing. Like I went and saw the Jurassic World movie. My expectations were very low, and I was entertained. But man, I mean, everybody's saying that's like the worst Jurassic Park movie ever, or whatever like that. And then Larry
mentioned they made too many of them.
I think it's done.
The third one from the first part of it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and now they're trying to do another trilogy. Like this was supposed to be a standalone film, and they were actually surprised that it did as well as it did, or whatever like that. So just a summer popcorn flick. That's it. So yeah. I don't know.
Just look forward to seeing Shooter McGavin. The Subway commercial is great. They got the Subway commercial going. Shooter.
I still do it. Like when I'm playing putt-putt, I'll still do it or whatever as a joke. So yeah. But no, man.
Please don't get the reference.
Oh, you want to know something? Oh, let me tell you something. Real quick story. So I was telling somebody. I was actually giving a compliment to this waitress. She was a really nice girl and serving us. And anyway, I just mentioned to her that you remind me of the girlfriend of Adam Sandler that played the teacher in Billy Madison. And she goes, "What's Billy Madison?" And I just you just lost $5 off your tip.
Oh wow!
You were doing so great till you damn said that. I really felt like that. I'm kidding. I tipped her. But I'm just saying.
Bridget Wilson.
Bridget Wilson, who was also in I Know What You Did Last Summer as Sarah Michelle Gellar's sister, older Gellar's sister. So yeah, they both got hacked up by the whole.
Wasn't she Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat?
She was Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat, and she is Mrs. Pete Sampras. So yes. Yep. That's Pete Sampras's wife, the great tennis player. So, yeah. So.
Right.
I'm taking my tip back. I wanted to, but she kept my drink filled and kept the beers bringing, so it was fine. But I was like, I gave her a compliment. And what's awesome. Billy Madison? I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, are you kidding me? So that old, so shoot. But anyway, whatever. Play it on TV all the time. So
yep, they do.
On comedy, but no, great show, guys. Listen, Shane, Carrie, two pair final thoughts, man, as we close out another great Rebels with a Cause, man.
Man, just get ready for college football, NFL. A lot of high school footballs coming around the corner.
High school, baby.
Very. Are there any more scrimmages or?
Yeah. In fact, West and Farragut did a 7-on-7 last week. I don't know 7-on-7 is pretty much finishing up this week. The next week is when they go to football camp, but I'll see about when those scrimmages are going to be.
Yeah.
Those Fridays coming up. It should be that August 1st and August 8th again, and obviously it'll be this time Jeff County and hopefully Catholic coming to West or whatever. So we should be there. So yep. Yep. And I did talk to, shout out to my guy, Paul Romero. Let him know about all my
That's
weight
right,
loss
Paul.
and so forth, that I needed to go from a 2XL to an XL. So he's getting me that shirt. So I have an XL shirt now.
I'm going to
So,
give him a call tomorrow.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
should.
give
I
him-
think he'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm going to give
honestly.
him a call
So,
tomorrow,
yeah,
definitely.
absolutely. So yeah.
This I'm looking forward to next week, the conversation, but this was fantastic tonight.
This
It
was
good to have.
fantastic.
It's good to have you have two pair with us too. This was great, man.
Drew Pair, every time I pass the Sun Sphere, I give you a salute, man. I give you a salute.
I've been super busy trying to get this
I
radio
know.
station going and getting everything with downtown to where we'll do a TV show there. Like, I've been super duper busy. That's why I've been filming and getting everything done. And that's why I'm glad I could get on for like an hour or two with you guys.
Well, hey,
Anytime
if
you
you-
can jump on, brother. This is your show too. So
Hey, anytime
absolutely.
you need a guest DJ or something, let me know. I'll help you come down,
Yeah.
spin a few records and spin a few CDs and get in and have some fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be a lot of
There
fun,
you
man.
go.
Yeah.
You're gonna do
Hey,
great.
carry love on the ones and twos.
And
Yeah.
Shane, I hope that you get some time with your DBs, man. I'm
Yeah,
going to
man.
throw that out there, man. Jesus, criminy. So
Get some
yeah.
rest too, man, and
Yeah,
then get some work with the
yeah.
DBs.
I haven't been able to put together. I don't know who my starting DBs are for any of the grades. I have no clue.
Man,
Like,
Hey, if it
literally-
makes you feel any better, the Dolphins don't know either because they stink too.
Yeah,
so there
they
you go.
stink.
So yeah, they suck.
I mean, like literally, like I got 10 minutes with them yesterday.
10 minutes. That's not even.
We went through drills. So I was, going through back pedal angles, weaving in and out, coverage, working on cover 2, cover 4, and the next thing I know, it's like, okay, let's go over here and go live and go against little Skelly. Hey, bring it in. I'm like, are you kidding me?
They do know that offense and defense is played at this level. This
You know,
isn't
you know,
7-on-7.
defense championships, right? Like,
I
you drop the ball.
kind of hope so.
I mean, my
Oh.
God. So, jeez. Let alone special teams. I guess that doesn't exist, but whatever.
I
So,
even-
yeah.
Oh gosh.
And I'm the special teams coach. I ain't gonna do special teams yet. So.
Oh shoot, man, jeez.
Oh
I've
gosh.
got one. Yeah, no, I've got one kicker. I have one kicker. All 3 grades, one kicker.
I'm gonna tell you this. I will say this. I just love that I get to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours with you guys to talk sports, and football's almost here officially. And we've covered so many topics. We've covered wrestling, women. It's unbelievable. It's Rebels with a cause, baby. That cause don't stop
Yep.
when the clock hits 0. I'm telling you. And
I
some of
agree.
these babes are ageless, and gracias a Dios para eso. So there you go. There's your Spanish lesson for the day. So, but Shane, final thoughts, man, before we sign off, and then Carrie, then 2 Pair close us out.
Even though I'm tired, I love doing this every week with y'all. Those who are going through the grind of summer camp right now, embrace the suck.
That's right. They'll pay off.
The suck,
Second
yep.
quarter's almost over. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy being on here with you guys and talking sports, talking life, having fun, being with good people makes all the difference in the world, man. Just
Tell you, man.
keep on keeping on.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you got to do,
Absolutely. So yeah.
and trusting God and trusting each other. That's all. And trusting your loved ones. Tell your people you love them.
Yeah.
Hey,
You never know what tomorrow what'll happen tomorrow.
I wanted to give one shout out before 2 Pair closes us out. I lost a guy that was very important to me. I hadn't talked to him in many years, if anybody saw my Facebook post, but Friday afternoon, I was very excited. I was, happy weekend was here, and to see that on the that he had passed on Facebook, it really hit me. But the one thing that I just want to tell everybody, and I try to preach it all the time, is, just love one another, appreciate everybody, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We'd like to think that. We wish we could all live forever, but that's just not in the cards for some. 48 years old, and he's got a son that's going to be a senior at Bearden High School that just lost his father. So, but Matt Harper, rest in peace. You were the biggest Dolphins fan I knew, and always loved our conversations with sports, movies, South Park, and without you in 2006, I still wouldn't be here. So if you're watching this from up above, brother, rest in peace, and lots of love and prayers to your son and wife and your family, who are sure devastated to have lost you a week ago today. So anyway, but that's all I've got. Two-Pair, close us out, babe. So yeah.
Well, if you stayed this long and you really enjoyed the conversation about sports, life, women, we here at Rebels with a Cause. We're not role models, but we strive to be, and we hope you enjoyed the conversation. And like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. We out.
We out.
We out.
Peace.